waves, stop his damage output, put damage back onto him, and win your lane back. So it all comes down talaga to how either you win your lanes,
Yep.
or how your jungler reacts.
Or how you guys play together.
Yeah, play together. Because hindi lang naman nananalo ang game sa laning eh.
Tama.
Kasi there have been a lot of games that can be won
By
when you have good team fight presence or
Yes.
team fights mindsets.
Uy, we have a lot of challengers
Mm.
and masters.
Yeah, nakakaingit. No.
Oh, you know.
Please. Please.
Okay, so, yun. For me, feeling ko, wala. Play safe lang. Defend lang nila yung mga buffs nila and all. So, now, ayan, bago tayo mag-start, papuntang laning phase, we would like to thank our official sponsors, our official monitor, Philips Multimedia Display. Food partner is Kaboom, Wings, and Burger.
Alright, for official internet service provider Converge ICT Solutions and official game partner Garena.
Karina.
Yeah.
Yeah! So, yeah. Parang may delay talaga yun no, pag nag-start sa spectate.
Yeah, it's no problem naman because delay lang siya, loading problems, all that good stuff. And so now this is going to be again the match between Albert and Friends. that name.
Albert and
It's
Friends.
similar to like Zed and Friends PGS promotionals yesterday. And against Mineski, they did change their top laner because TG did go over to TNC Pro Team, meaning that they have Kaigu, I believe, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Welcome
Kaigu.
back, Kaigu.
Alright, so he will be the top laner for Mineski. Can he step up for, well, because TG has been like one of the best top laners. He can go, recently, he can go toe to toe with John Lloyd Cruz, JLC.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see if he can like live up to the name of
Pero
the
medyo
Mineski's top laner.
nakakagulat yung nangyari, no? Naghiwalay sila sa lane ng best duo bot PH daw.
Oh yeah, TG and
before,
EXO.
yeah. Tapos si EXO, ano bang lane niya?
Before in the PGS, he was going in for support or
siya.
ADR.
Support din siya ngayon. For
Oh, yeah.
Lulu. Ba't kasi ganun yung
Okay, so this is actually what I normally see. Kasi kung hindi si Noel ang naglalaro for Mineski, EXO would go for ADC if Noel is supporting him, and then kung si Sedo naglalaro, he's going to go for the ADR, and EXO will support. And EXO is not a bad support at all. I mean, if you see one of his games, one of his most favorite picks or one of his comfort picks in
Thresh?
not actually Thresh, Annie.
Annie.
Because Annie is like one of those very aggressive supports that level 1 pa lang, pwede kayo agad magkaroon ng instant pick.
Yep.
Just have your
Lagi
W.
nababan yun sa solo queue.
Yeah, it's very hard to counter out Annie. Because yung initiation kasi niya is just flash in and tibbers, and you can't, how do you say this, counter out yung tibbers if you have parang hindi kasi nabablock yung tibbers sa wind wall or parang unbreakable ni Braum eh. Ang nakaka-counter lang sa tibbers if you have fast enough reactions to flash away ka nag-flash in si Annie and then use his tibbers ultimate to flash away from that, hindi ka ma-stun, hindi ka makukuha ng damage. But then, kung na-lock up ka agad doon, follow up bigla yung whole team kasi instant talaga yung pagkabagsak ng tibbers with the damage output eh. So it's a very deadly initiation
Pero,
that can win you the game.
yung third ba ng,
Annie?
no,
Or,
ng severe, hindi siya tinatamaan pag sakaling nag-third siya. Hindi.
no. Spell Shield can block out yung mga CC. Yung first CC though.
Parang yung sa morgue.
Yeah, Black Shield. Alright, looks like it's
Pwede
going to
nung-
be similar.
Yung kagmaw magkamukha silang dalawa ng Rek'Sai.
Yeah, the void creatures.
Yup.
Yeah. Actually, nga pala, I was just reading the other day yung parang lore sa Void. Yung si Malzahar pala, ano siya? Para siyang seer sa Shurima na sobrang laki ng power niya. Na parang inano siya ng Void, parang nagkaroon siya ng dreams about the Void. Tapos he had to walk all the way to Ikathia, which is yung lost city that's mysteriously connected to the Void. Tapos si Kasa din, parang same concept, but si Malzahar, parang ano siya yung Cult of the Void na nag-give ng sacrifice para ma-please yung Void. Tapos si Kasa din naman is parang protector of the people.
Oh.
Pero na ano siya, na-transform siya into parang a Void-ish person. Same with Malzahar.
Ayun. Pero sa meta ngayon, no, hindi ganun ka, si Malzahar. Bihirang-bihira ang gumagamit.
I've seen some jungle Malzahars, stacking
Jungle?
up. Yeah, kasi yung kanyang Voidling can stack 80 damage, so nagkakaroon ng 80 Malzahar, and that Voidling really hurts. Kasi tapos pag nakakas mo siya, kahit mamamatay siya, even if you get gold, yun lang yung makukuha mo, and then naput na yung damage siya, which is very, very detrimental. Tapos...
Nakita ko lang nag-Malzahar dating jungle sa Rebenga.
Oh, yeah. Kasi ganda din naman yung ultimate niya though it is channeling, so medyo...
Yung ultimate niya, di ba, pag kunwari yung ultimate niya isang champ, hindi na makagalaw?
Yeah, for the whole duration, though it is channeling, so pag...
nagpapakamatay sila?
That's really like one of the... Necessary, or hindi naman necessary, parang in the meta talaga. Pag may Sion, magpapakamatay ka talaga sa isang camp and then get level 2 from your...
Nakikita ko ang ginagawa, sa Riven and Fizz ko lang nakita, kinuha nila yung wolves. Tapos pupunta sila sa lane.
Yeah, actually, top laners do this most of the time. If you have good amounts of AoE, or spam AoE, you can get one camp, get level 2, and then, well, win your lane in terms of levels. Pero with a Sion, you just have to die. Use your Glory and Death passive, and then just hit down on your camps.
So, haras yung, Orianna.
Yeah, and we were talking about us actually a while ago. Oh yeah, naharas lang yung Orianna. And yung sa bottom lane din, yeah, yung Q man ni Xerath can just, look at that. Ang galing nung charge ni Yume. He has been consistently hitting buff here. And sa bottom lane naman, we were talking about how True Grit just gives so much tankiness to Graves. And then yung, sabi natin yung squishiness ni Kog'Maw is being the disadvantage that he has to go against Graves. Tapos, pag hinaras nila si Valberts here, mag-ano lang sila, shield lang si
Janna.
Yeah, si Akpetes.
Si
Pete's na lang tatawagin sa kanya, Pete's.
Si Pete.
Or Pete. So that's actually a like 1-for-nothing trade in terms of damage output.
Yung top lane, halos walang nagagawa pa masyado. As of now, wala pa nagagawa. Wala pa nagagawang damage yung Jace. Sakit ah. Oh.
Gonna be a little bit of a tussle in the top lane. Oh yeah, there we go. Ching here. I think he was one of the junglers I casted yesterday. I can't remember what team. Ching, the Jarvan. I forgot what team he is, but he's going on now onto Valver's. Valver's super low. The ignite comes out. The heal comes out of him. He will have to die. Nice shield there by Pete's, saving his ADR. Even though Exo and Sedo, oh my gosh, one more hit, he gets the first, actually Exo gets the first blood, they get the kill onto Sed. So 1-for-1 in terms of kills for the supports, but the first blood did go in to the favor of Mineski. So hooray there. And actually, even though if Yume is zoning out Buff in the mid lane, he is winning. Actually, Buff is winning in terms of CS. So you have to know, guys, that if you're harassing well, you should know that to keep your CS ahead. Because if you harass and he still has better CS than you can just come back, recall to the lane, buy items, and well, just survive better. Oh, but here comes the gank by Colette. Doesn't have the flash anymore. Will get the kill. Yes, there you go. The Furious Bite does finish off Pete. So very mindful gank there by Colette. Oh, Tormentas putting so much damage onto Akmu, but here comes String in the backline, gonna go in and what? Okay, I get it. The
Q?
Yeah, no, actually, just the auto attack passive of Jarvan having, I believe, it's max HP or current HP.
But
just gonna check. It's
oopsie, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Wait.
Oh,
it's now. Oh, wait. What? I don't know anymore. Okay, they're not going in onto Pro Gamer, but there's no follow-up, no ultimate. But the stun onto Buff gets him already to 50% HP. He does have 2 more potions to chug down. And sorry about that, guys. I thought that Jarvan's passive was depending on how much your bonus HP is or current HP. So that's one of the reasons why Tormenta died. And there was just so much 80 damage coming in from Akmu that he died. And now, when Akmu comes back to the lane, excuse me. Oh, there comes a clash of tussle into the mid lane. Forces Pro Gamer to use his flash there. Though, oh my gosh, they're going to force out Colette to flash as well. But Zed here taking a good chunk of damage. But here comes Daniel, or Exo rather, trying to go in, uses the Glitter Lance, puts a good chunk of damage onto Valberts there. Auto attacking now for his ADR to farm behind him. In terms of CS, almost the same, but oh, the Void Ooze comes out, the Polymorph right after, and they're just forcing Valberts right out of the lane.
Oh my
gosh, it's so low HP. One more hit, he dies. The two top laners are here, but oh, almost gets the kill onto Zed there, but they will be able to get the kill onto Exo. They do use the ultimate from... Oh, one more Q, he gets the kill. Nice one, Acme right there with the flash shock blast. Here comes... Oh, Zed didn't get enough there. He might actually get a triple kill here. Oh, but he gives it to Buff. So, that was...
Parang sumakit ng sobra yung Jace. Kanina wala lang siyang bawas.
Yeah, he has back to base and got a early Brutalizer. And Brutalizer, in my opinion, before level 10 you get it, Jace has a good minimum damage spike with his Shock Blast combo. Having in that armor penetration and good... Oh, he's going to try and snipe Pete's there, but Pete's has the shield. They don't get the steal onto the dragon. First dragon goes into the favor of
Team Albert and Friends.
Albert and Friends. I can't remember what group Ching was in yesterday. I'm really sorry for that. It was my first time casting your game. I actually didn't play so well yesterday. I think it was against Naga.
Naga eSports.
Yeah, Naga eSports. So it might have been Zen and Friends. He was going in like through two straight games. He was going in for SH1. He didn't mesh well with Naga eSports playstyle and their own playstyle. But this Jarvan right now is really going well for them.
Parang sobrang kawawa yung Sion setup.
Yeah, Sion had the hardest time right now because Ching got in that early gank and top lane and gave the kill to himself. He's really tanky right now, has that Ruby Crystal and the Ranger's Trailblazer, as well as Akmo being able to free farm in the top lane. He does have a CS advantage now, but that was because Akmo has been in the bottom lane just supporting his duo bot lane. And look at that.
Uy!
Vamp Scepter and Brutalizer just puts Tormenta or Kaigu to super low in HP, but in the bottom lane...
may armor penetration nga pala yun.
Yep, flat armor penetration is very nice early on. And then...
Nawala yung kunat mismo ng Sion.
Yeah, he does have the unstoppable onslaught. He's trying to go in, he knocks him up! Where is Colette right now? They might get the kill onto him, but will Tormenta die? No! Thank goodness not! And Colette gets a kill for himself, while Tormenta will be able to push this top lane in his favor because there is no teleport up yet for Akmu, and Ching is still here in the bottom lane, possibly trying to get a pick, knowing that Colette is in the top side jungle, though he can... Oh, actually, he doesn't have his Void Rush just yet. About 30 seconds away from that, or 60 seconds away from that. Alright, so in terms of the mid lane, Buff did get a kill, so in terms of how dominant he can be, he did get in that Tear of the Goddess would mean that he wants to go in for a Archangel Staff into that Seraph's Embrace. Nice ward there by Exo, knowing that Ching's best way to gank the lane is through the lane gank itself. And back to what I was you were asking for the Tear of the Goddess. That's because they're going in. They do use the Cataclysm onto Zed. Super low HP Wild Growth does come out. Colette takes a huge chunk of damage, but they will get the kill onto Ching there. Nice ultimate by Pete, but it's a little bit too late. And Colette taking a huge chunk of damage. The ultimate has been used by Valber, so he can't use his collateral damage to go. Oh, but he flashes in. Now Pete is here, but Buff is in the back line, and Zed is in no man's land, gonna go down. And that was a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Albert and Friends, and Mineski looking to be a little bit down in terms of, well, the lane presence. Though, if you see how the game would actually progress, where's the ultimate coming out from? Here comes in the top lane, Colette trying to go in on to Akmu right there, but Akmu does have that offensive, or rather defensive ping. But oh my gosh, Pro Gamer going in at it with buff, uses that ultimate,
Wow.
but he got pushed back to his tower, so there might not be a kill. There's no, oh, here comes Tormenta, doesn't get the hit there, but here comes Colette. Will he able to get the knockup? Tormenta doesn't have his flash just yet. The double knockup comes out, the decimating smash, and that Queen's Wrath with the Soul Furnace kills Akmu. And even though it has that 2-2-2, what can you do with it when you're dead?
Yep.
You're just gonna give...
Nagka-camp na yung Rek'Sai sa top lane kasi nakita niya kanina gano'n siya nahalugin.
Yeah, and it's actually not a bad strategy because Tormenta will be the frontline tank and initiator for Mineski, so yeah, not a bad choice there to try and focus him down.
But how about Kog'Maw?
But yeah, that's the only problem though. But Kog'Maw can follow up. Kog'Maw isn't, in my opinion, a early game carry. He can be. He has a mid spike with his Trinity Force, though he can scale very well into the late game. Having in that W that shreds AP, and then his first skill that gives him a attack speed boost along with his Void Ooze and Caustic Spittle, which gives him armor penetration and magic penetration, so that does give
Wait.
Kog'Maw some... Ooh, almost got them though. Okay.
Bakit hindi pwede maging AD carry si Chase? I mean, I've never seen anyone.
ADR Jace.
Yeah.
I was looking at this before, na parang bagong labas pa lang si Jace. They tried to put him into the AD carry position, but Jace feels like a better bruiser than an ADR. Well, actually, is it bottom lane gonna go down? Oh, still 50% HP, so... Alright. So the EXO can still defend this pretty well. Alright, so back to what we were asking. In my opinion, Jace has a lot of good damage. Oh, but they get too-man shockwave. They will get the kill. No, the flash comes out of EXO right there, and Sed did have the wild growth onto himself, but one hit actually. Yeah, actually that was just one auto attack from Valbert gets a kill onto Sed right there. The sneaky ganks from the members of Albert and Friends, just showing their ward dominance. And Mineski a little bit too lackluster in their offensive and defensive wardings, and it looks like with the death of Sed will result in another dragon for Albert and Friends.
Yeah.
So right, so back again to the Jace question. You're going to how is the term for it? Like, not utilize Jace well if you use so many AD items on him, because he works well as a bruiser or AD carry / bruiser because he can go from AD to melee to range, and then he can actually win a lane on his own. Tapos yung kanyang range then isn't suitable for being a ADR in my opinion, and his mobility isn't so good. Kasi you want to have a mobile type of champion if you're going to have an ADR. And I think that's just, it suits Jace better talaga to be a bruiser rather than an ADR. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. And does seem to have been his playstyle ever since. You never see a bottom lane Jace anymore.
Never pa ako nakakita.
I saw before when Jace just freshly came out, people want to play him as an ADR, but really, yeah. Because, yung nga, sabi mo kanina kasi he was range and he has good 80 stats, so he can go in for the ADR position, but yeah, he's just way better as a bruiser because...
So really bagay yung skills niya for AD carry.
Yeah, and actually, if you didn't know before, Jace has like the best time, is like one of the best champions to get Tear of the Goddess because you can activate the Tear of the Goddess by just changing your weapon, using that R. You can stack it up, but now they changed it, and that's what really sucks. Though, he has a better time of getting the Muramana when he has the Manamune because every auto attack you do with the Manamune does stack as well in your mana rather. Right, so it looks like there's going to be a push into the mid lane because the bottom tier 1 was destroyed. Yes, it was. So,
Parang konti ng ano nila, no? Whereas, mukhang konti ng clash nila, ng patayan nila through laning, umantay lang sila ng gank, dun lang sila magpapatayan.
yeah, Mineski haven't been playing to their regular playstyle, which is control the lanes and win overall.
Nope.
Oh, I thought he would be able to stop that. Just a second too late. And Mineski was famous for being able to control their lanes and having good team fights, but we haven't seen any major team fights just yet.
Yep.
So it may be the next dragon that comes out in a few minutes, maybe 4 to 3 minutes possibly, or the mid-tier one or the top-tier one. So we'll see. So both mid laners have their Morellonomicons, though CS Pro Gamer doesn't have, or rather Yume doesn't have that damage spike just yet. You typically want to have a Rabadons and Void Staff for a Xerath mid lane. As for buff, you just want to have in first your Shockwave to be able to, well, help your teammates in terms of the CC, and then have the same amount of damage output with the Void Staff and that Rabadons as the game progresses. And it's looking to be Mineski putting in some defensive wards in the river to start having that advantage near the dragon area, so it might be that the dragon will spawn in a couple of minutes. And look at this, just those few response from Colette gave so much advantage.
For Sayo.
Yeah, for Tormento. Just having in that Frozen Heart counters out so much of the damage output that Akmu had when he got those 2 kills. And it looks like the 4 members of Albert and Friends are here to get in the mid-tier 1. They do have a decent amount of wave clear, and they go in onto Valberts. The Catalysm does come up. The Wild Growth follows. Nice shockwave right there. And they're still healthy. Uses that Monsoon for the heal. They're going in onto Pro Gamer. Oh my gosh. Where is the collateral damage? There is none. But they force out Pro Gamer and possibly... actually, no. I thought they were going to go in for the mid-tier 2, but not just yet.
Korean.
Yeah, though that would have...
their combo.
Yeah, it would have been a good counterplay by Mineski, but Zed was still in the bot lane farming. Doesn't even have his Trinity Force completed just yet. Ultimate does come out of Colette here, but... Oh, but here comes the follow-up by Tormenta. Will not get anyone. Gets a slow onto Valberts, but immediate shield does soak up the damage. They'll just have to disengage right now and buff wave clearing that mid lane push right now from Mineski. Dragon's gonna come up in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Mineski are looking to be able to ward in the area from Albert and Friends because they got in that mid-tier 2 push, a little bit of mid-tier 2 push, and then they already know that they were gonna back off or recall. So put in your defensive wards and wait for the dragon to come up. It looks
Be up in 1 minute.
Yeah, it looks like Unstoppable Onslaught will be up before the dragon responds. And this is gonna be a doer, let's say, now or never for Mineski. They have the chance to come back to have the gold lead when they force this dragon. But then there is a lead for, and the wombo combo available for Albert and Friends here to utilize when Mineski tries to go in, because if Tormenta doesn't get a good Unstoppable Onslaught to capture, like to caught someone off guard like Valberts or Buff, they're not going to be able to just counter it out. And right now they're just gonna get the Scuttler. The Scuttler does give in that very, very good amount of speed, the speed shrine, and the the vision itself, a free vision that can't be destroyed. Oh, here comes Train trying to go in onto Exa right there. He was just gonna use that Whimsy. Tormenta's so tanky right now. Spectre's Callan, Frozen Heart gets in onto Ching. Ching takes a huge, or rather, a good chunk of damage, and it looks like all members or all teams are converging. Oh, Pro Gamer's caught out here. Where's the follow-up? He's gonna get caught out. He gets bursted down, and now it's a 4v5 with the Dragon alive, and Mineski have to go out of here. And Yume out of position. What was he thinking? They're going in to a very gap closing Jarvan. They're still gonna try and go for this. They're going in onto Akmu, and oh, they get the dragon though. 3-4-0. Tormenta forced to flash, or rather use the ultimate on him. He gets the shockwave onto himself. He's still too tanky, but where is said, he's in the backline trying to do what he can. Still doesn't have the Trinity Force to be able to do any good chunk of damage. He has been auto-attacking Akmu right there. Akmu's still so tanky. Double man knockup. This command dissonance. One more hit. There you go. Another hit. There you go. And ooh, the passive glory and death. No, he gets shot. Oh, but the arcane barrage, or the ultimates rather, sorry, from CS Pro Gamer there, right of the arcane rather, did kill Valbert, but that was a 4-for-1 with the dragon. I'd say that's a worthy trade for Albert and friends. And it doesn't seem like Colette will use his Void Rush for anything other than getting in that red buff for himself. CS Pro Gamer just gets shrunk down from one command dissonance by Buff, and Buff is just getting so well buffed up right now. He has that needlessly large rod and 1,450 gold. That's going to be a sorcerer shoes. So he gets the 10, I believe, 10 or 15 magic penetration. Alright, there you go. 15 flat magic penetration for himself, for the extra damage output and the extra mobility itself that it gives. And right now, Albert and friends can typically or systematically finish this game off by getting in the mid tier 2 first, the top tier 2, then just pressing in their wardings, because they have those good wards in the jungle of Mineski. And then Mineski, I still haven't seen any good ganks coming, or rather, they have been good ganks, but not yet the good team fights, because their team fight presence has been reduced because, oh wow, they're going in onto Exo right now. Exo takes a huge chunk of damage. Where's the next Q to try and get the kill onto him? Will there be a too much shockwave? Yes, there will be, and Ching for the follow-up. The tunnel, dig a tunnel, will save Colette's life, but Exo dies to that, and will the signal the Baron for... Oh wow, CS Pro Gamer takes so low! He will be forced to use his heal there, but oh, here comes Ching for a second kill for himself. Here goes to use the Cataclysm onto Tormenta. Tormenta trying to use his Decimating Smash. That's the knock-up. And that will be all that's said and done, but CS Pro Gamer, a little bit too confident in his micro, didn't take into account that Ching had the flag and drag to go in. And I think...
Hindi na siya nagsusupport items.
Who?
Lulu.
Oh, Lulu.
Lord for AP.
Oh, actually, Lulu's build would actually be what? Oh, Valbert's Fast Flash. Exo likes to build this Righteous Glory into any support that he uses.
Really?
Yeah, that's why there's the Catalyst or Protector and the Crystalline Bracer. I believe that's the name of the other item. Yes, it is. Which gives a good speed boost to your team.
Wala pa pala na buong item yung Pog.
Yeah.
Hindi niya pa tapos yung Triforce.
He's in a bad place right now. 1 for 5. That means that, yes, he is down in CS, but if he wasn't dying like all the time, he could have been farming, but he has been getting caught so many times that Valbert has a 2-item advantage. So the damage output is still in favor of Albert and friends, but finally Sed will be able to get his Trinity Force, but the damage spike time has passed off.
Are they going to take the Baron now?
Going to have to check that for now. I guess they're just trying to bait it out and try to push a lane. Yes, they will try to. Oh wow, Buff. He trolled Pete's right there. He uses his own Q to put the aggro onto Pete's. They get the knockup onto Exo, and there you go, the 2-man shockwave. Exo uses the wild growth, but he will be stunted in that. He's gonna go back to his own small size Yordle form. Tormenta tried to use his Unstoppable Onslaught to dash away, but the perfect positioning there by, I believe, either Ching or Akmu stops him in his tracks, because Unstoppable Onslaught does stop when you hit someone, a champion rather. But oh, Pro Gamer trying to put a huge chunk of damage onto Ching, and this might stop the Baron take. But Albert and friends still pretty confident here that they can get this without dying. Will they be able to? Alberts gets shrunk down and Buff might follow through. There's the Q, but oh my gosh. Buff there, but oh, here comes Sed to try and get the kills. Buff is still here, but he's super low on HP right now. Colette tries to flank, and Pete still has his Monsoon to push them back. He's trying to go in, and Pete lives with his life. And will this signal Mineski to continue the Baron? No, they're just going to the ward for themselves. And still, there's a huge goal lead for Albert and Friends, 7,000. In the terms of towers, 3-0. Same with Dragon, which means that even though Mineski were able to stop that Baron take, it was because the Baron was just dealing so much free damage onto the members of Albert and Friends. And you can see here, 223, or rather the net worth, 10,000 to 8,000. In the middle, it's 9,000 to 8,000, or almost 10,000. And look at this, 10,000 to 8,300, meaning that in terms of the carries, the main damage dealers for Albert and Friends, they are damage dealers. And oh my gosh, there's the shockwave only going to Pro Gamer, but Buff gets caught out here. Does he have a Zonius? But he has been dodging all of those right of the Arcane, and now it's just members of Mineski going down one by one. The flash comes out of CS Pro Gamer, but the auto attack was just too fast from Valberts there, that they get an easy 3-0 and possibly the 4th dragon. So what this means,
one last more dragon and they're invulnerable. They're like Super Saiyan.
Very true. And the Baron right after. So what this means, a 4 dragon buff with the Baron means that they can push this mid tier 2 and top tier 3 very quickly, or top tier 2 very quickly, and then siege as long as they want to. And within 6 minutes time, Mineski have to force a flash in front of the Baron or the Dragon. If not, they will have to accept defeat, because that, like you've said, the Super Saiyan buff they asked for the Dragon deals so much, or adds so much in terms of the combat capabilities.
So doubles other bonuses and your attack burns enemies for 152 damage. Really?
Yeah, over 3 seconds. And actually, if you guys didn't know, each bar means 100 HP. So every 3 seconds, 1 bar gets down, and that burn cools down every time they get an auto attack onto you, or I believe a skill as well.
And your health is just 2,000, 1,000, especially for the AD carries. You only have 1,700.
Yeah,
for Kaboom,
and it's only Tormento who's really the tank.
Kaboom has 2 items already. Congratulations.
Yeah, but Blade of the Ring King is more of a cheaper item. Oh, but there you go. Luden's Echo is built on
How does
buff.
this charge? If you don't skill, or if you
skill. So it's very good to use on a spam type of champion. Mostly
Annie.
Cassiopeia actually would be the best, I think. But yeah, Annie is good as well. And Luden's Echo works like a static shiv, where it's not like it electrocutes.
Whoa.
It's more of a, here goes
Oh
engage
my
by Ching. He gets a 3-man.
Wow,
There you go.
that's a very good combo.
Yeah, 3-man Cataclysm, 3-man Shockwave. What can you ask for more? And it looks like Albert Friends can finish this off 30 seconds.
Jenny has 2 kills. Everyone's a killer.
Yes, and look at this. 4 for nothing, and the Nexus turrets are next.
And Rexa is over there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get dove on and give an ace.
Okay. So they can finish the game already? Yeah. Yep.
Alright, so that will be it.
A good game for Team Albert and Friends. Congratulations.
Yeah, they went over Mineski. Mineski a little bit too shaky in their games. Actually,